Welcome students. In this video we are going to see some more problems of linear equation of the similar kind which we have discussed in previous video. Now question number 6 from the same exercise, m minus 1 upon 2 is equal to 1 minus m minus 2 upon 3. Is it okay? So let us go for the solution. Again you must be remembering what are the steps we need to do. So let us go for solution. So now solution, we rewrite the equation. Now when we rewrite the equation, we should observe the equation first. So can you see in left hand side, again you find there are two terms which are having variable, and one term is m and another term is minus m minus 1 upon 2. So this actually m minus 1 upon 2 is one number. Is it okay? So we'll treat it as one term. Similarly, in RHS, you have 1 minus m minus 2 upon 3. Is it okay? So now, again, you can have many ways to solve the same equation. Which can be those? So first, you can collect all the terms having variable on LHS and then solve. Or you can multiply both the sides by LCM of the denominator, that is going to be 6. That is also good method. Or third method is use simplify LHS and RHS simultaneously. Is it possible? So yes, you can do it. Is it okay? So let us go by that approach. You can use any method to solve the problem. Let me remind you children. So now let us simplify this. So let me erase it. So now we just focus on LHS. So it is m minus 1 upon 2. So what is denominator of m? Of course 1. Again the denominators in the LCA in LHS are 1 and 2. So you need to make them same, isn't it? So now what will we do? We'll make the denominators same, and by taking LCM of 1 and 2, and it will be 2. Similarly, coming to RHS, you can have 1 upon 1 and then m minus 2 upon 3. So here we will again make the denominator same, and here LCM will be 3. So in LHS, LCM is 2. In RHS, LCM is 3. And we are simplifying LHS and RHS separately but simultaneously. Is it okay? So let us go for the solution. Next step. So now it will be equal to twice m upon 2. Is it okay? It is twice m upon 2. I have multiplied m by 1 by 2. So you will get twice m by 2 minus m minus 1 by 2. It will remain as it is because denominator is already 2. Here 1 into 3 and 1 into 3 I have shown the calculation. So you can directly even write it as 3 by 3 minus m minus 2 upon 3. Is it okay? So now what will be the next step? So it will be twice m minus m minus 1. Now here see I have used the bracket. If you don't use the bracket, there can be mistake. I have already told you that m minus 1 has to be taken as a number. Is it okay? So to have that particular expression as a number, you need to enclose it in the bracket. So twice m minus m minus 1. This is very important. Is it okay? If you don't use bracket, children, I tell you the answer will be wrong. So now twice m minus m minus 1 upon 2, and on RHS what will be that? It will be 3 minus m minus 2 upon 3. Are you getting? Because how we are getting it as 3 by 3 minus m minus 2 upon 3. Now the denominators are same. So can we subtract numerators? So 3 minus m minus 2. But we don't just put 3 minus m minus 2, but we write it in bracket. Why? Because m minus 2 is a 1, or we take it as one term. So it has to be enclosed in the bracket. Are you getting, children? So these are the places wherein most of the students commit mistake. So you can just note down or make some sign in the notebook also. So whenever you will refer the solution, you will remember that these are the steps wherein you need to take care. You have to be very attentive. So let us go ahead now. So now we will go for the next step and we will open the brackets. So it will be twice m minus m plus 1 upon 2. So now I'll go back again. So it is twice m minus m, and minus minus will become plus. So after opening bracket, what will you get? Twice m minus m plus 1. And here also what will you get? 3 minus m plus 2. Isn't it? Minus minus will become plus because we are opening the bracket with minus sign. So that means we are multiplying by minus 1. So here it will be minus 1 minus m plus 2. So let us go to the next step. So it will be twice m minus m plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 3 minus m plus 2 upon 3. Isn't it? Now let us simplify it. Twice m minus m, it is m plus 1. So twice m minus m, it will be m plus 1 upon 2. Here 3 minus m plus 2. Now 3 and 2 you can combine. So it will be 5 minus m upon 3. Now what? Here you can get the extra, look at the expression or like a particular expression as a by b is equal to c by d. So can we go with the cross product? So we go with the cross product here. So m plus 1 into 3 and 2 into 5 minus m. So that will be the next step, that cross product. So 3 into m plus 1 is equal to 2 into 5 minus m. Opening the bracket again. So you get 3m plus 3, that is using distributive property, is equal to 2 5s are 10 minus twice m. Now transposing twice m from RHS to LHS. So you get 3m plus 2m. Simultaneously I am transposing 3 from LHS to RHS. Is it okay? So here you get 3m plus 2m is equal to 10 minus 3, that is 5m is equal to 7. So naturally m will be equal to 7 by 5. Now which are the important steps here, children? The previous one which I told you, that was very important step. This step and this step also. So all these 3 steps are very important, and in these steps only the mistakes are committed. So be very attentive while watching the video and solving the questions. Okay, so let us go to the next problem. Now next problem is like different kind. Here simplify and solve the following equation. In earlier equation we were having the equations in rational number form. Now in this particular type of equations we have brackets, that means we are going to use distributive property. Before going for solving the equation, first thing you have to do is simplification of the equation, and that we are learning how to simplify equations. Is it okay? So in earlier part we have seen the equations wherein there were terms in rational number form. Now here we are learning how to open bracket and what precautions should be taken while solving these kind of questions. So now here you see 6th question, 3 into t minus 3 is equal to 5 into 2t plus 1. So it is easy for you. So now you are going to open the bracket. So multiplying the bracket terms with 3. So we'll write direct answer here. So it is 3t minus 9 is equal to 5 into 2t, that will be 10t plus 5 into 1, it will be 5. Now what next? Collecting the terms or like terms, or collecting variables on one side and numbers on different another side. So 10t can be transposed to LHS and minus 9 can be transposed to RHS. So whenever we will transpose 10t, it will become minus. So 3t minus 10t is equal to 5 minus 9 is transposed, so it will be plus 9. Are you getting, children? So again this particular step is very important. As we are transposing 10t, we try to replace the 10t placed by 9. So you should not do that particular thing. You should first write 5 and then only the number which is transposed. Is it okay? So now 3t minus 10t is equal to 5 plus 9. So now that will be minus 7t is equal to 14. So naturally t is equal to 14 upon minus 7. I need not to tell you the answer, you might have guessed it. So t is equal to minus 2. Are you getting, children? So you can verify this answer by putting t is equal to minus 2 in the equation and check whether you get LHS equal to RHS. Try it. Is it okay? Now 7th and 8th problem, I think you can try of yourself. I'll go to 10th problem. Is it okay? So now 10th problem is 0.25 into 4t minus 3 is equal to 0.05 into 10f minus 9. It is f, I think. Is it okay? So 0.25 into 4f minus 3 is equal to 0.05 into 10f minus 9. Now here what is new? It is same equation, but instead of numbers or fractions, now we are given decimals. So how to work with it? Can we open the bracket with decimal numbers? So yes, we know how to multiply decimal number. But instead of multiplying by 0.25 or 0.05, can we have some other alternative? So let us go for the solution and see what can be done in that particular part. So we rewrite the equation. 0.25 into 4f minus 3 is equal to 0.05 into 10f minus 9. Now look at two numbers. Which two numbers? 0.25, 0.05. How many decimal places are there? There are two decimal places. Whenever we come across rational part or fractional part, we try to eliminate or remove denominator, because that becomes, after removing denominator, we can easily handle the equations. Have you observed this? In all the previous problems, we have tried to get rid of the denominator part. Sometimes by cross multiplication, sometimes by multiplying by a suitable number, isn't it? But we have tried to get rid of denominator. Similarly, when we come across decimal numbers, the first thing we should go for eliminating that decimal part. Now, is it possible for us to get rid of that decimal part? Both the numbers which I have underlined are having two decimal places. That means if you multiply the equation by 100, what will happen? 0.25 into 100. If I write 0.25 into 100, what will be answer? Will you get 25? Yes, it will be 25. Similarly, if I multiply 0.05 by 100, what will be the answer? It will be 5 only. Is it okay? Now you can change the equation and you can make it simpler. In this particular exercise, what are we learning? We are learning solving equation after simplifying it. So can we simplify the equation by multiplying by 100? Isn't it? So that becomes easy then. Because if you are multiplying by decimal number and if the position of decimal point is wrong, the whole answer will be wrong. So why to take risk in this case? So the simple thing we can do is multiplying both sides by 100. That will make our job quite simple, isn't it? So let us go for that step now. So multiplying by 100 to both the sides. So 0.25 into 100 is into 4f minus 3 is equal to 0.05 into 100 into 10f minus 9. We can multiply both sides by any common number. In that case, equation doesn't change. Is it clear, children? So now therefore 25 into 4t minus 3 is equal to 5 into 10f minus 9. Now it is simple to question number 6. So what we will do? We will use distributive property to open the brackets. So it will be 100f minus 75 is equal to 50f minus 45. Therefore 100f minus 50f. Now next job is again collecting the variables. So transposing 50f to LHS and 75 to RHS, sign will change. And as I told you, don't replace that 58 with 75, children. Is it okay? So here it will be 100f minus 50f is equal to minus 45 plus 75. What is the answer? 100f minus 50f will be 50f is equal to minus 45 plus 75, it will be plus 30, that is 50f is equal to 30. So f is equal to 30 by 50. Can we reduce it? It is f is equal to 3 by 5. Cancellation of 0 or dividing both by 10. Now, as we were having decimal number in the question, we also should represent the final answer, that is solution, in decimal form. So here we get f is equal to 0.6. Now, I hope you have understood this particular 0.6, or those who are not getting, I'll just show the decimal division if you are not remembering, which you have studied in 7th standard. So if 3 is divided by 5, so now 3 is smaller than 5, so you can have a decimal point here, 0, and here also decimal point just above the decimal point. Now 3 zeros are 0, so we will have 3, 0, 3, 6, here 5, 6 are 30, so you will get 0. So what is the quotient here? 0.6. Are you getting, children? So this kind of decimal division, if you are not remembering, please revise this concept. So f is equal to 3 by 5, that is equal to 0.6, and that is the final answer. So to summarize this particular exercise, what we have learned in this exercise, children, the equations can have terms which in the rational form or in the decimal form. Before going to solving the equation, we should always simplify the equations as much as we can. Is it okay? If the fractional part is there or rational part is there, we should go for removing the denominator by either multiplying by a suitable number or taking LCM or simplifying, whatever method is suitable for that particular problem. If the decimal part is there, then also you need to get rid of decimal part. That makes our job simpler, isn't it? So I hope you have understood. Thank you.